This is round 3 of the series, with the gridding based on the results from the first 2 races. As I haven't competed the first 2 races, I'm starting at the back of the grid. It's quite a short, fast run with a very congested start down to the single track. And as you'll see at the moment, trying to find your way past is quite difficult, where you think you get through, but very quickly the door's closed and you are, if anything, losing places and stuck in position. The chap in the green and black look here looks a little bit slow, and the guy in yellow looks a better wheel to follow, so I'll follow him through very shortly and then I'll try and pick him up when there's a gap. As you can see, there's quite a trail in front of us and they're all going fairly slow, so we need to try and pick our way past very gradually, very carefully. At this point the pace is really slow, heart rate's fairly low, probably around about 145, 150. It should be a lot higher than that in the first lap. There's a steady procession, but it's all single track. It's worth risking it to go past, but the dangers of going down this early in the race, it's better just to sit and wait. Of course, I don't know the course that well, so I'm not sure how soon it will be before there's a nice wide overtaking space. It looks like we're coming into a nice wide overtaking space, so I think I'll get past the guy in the red, but he puts a bit of a surge on, but it works out quite well because he drags me past the guy in black, so we both make that space. I can see at this point now there's a group of 4 in front of me letting the wheel go, so I can see the group's starting to spread out in front now, thinking I need to try and find some space to get past because the big numbers are going to have gone well away from me. I've struggled to catch them back up. Just when I thought there's an overtaking opportunity, there's a guy with a mechanical at the side of the track, so he's, obviously everybody's got to squeeze in, so I thought better just to sit where I am for now. So yeah, one opportunity wasted really, but I know there'll be more along. Chap in the red in front of us gets this all wrong. It's a very, very simple mound with no real challenge, but he gets it very wrong. Takes his foot out, unclips, comes to a stop, forces me on the hill to have to then unclip, put the feet down, and unfortunately the guy in the yellow gets back past me. But I'm just thinking that's the space I'll get in the future. The good news is the guy in the red now has got a bit of a gap in front, so I'm thinking without such a pile of 4 people I might be able to get past a bit quicker. I hadn't realised we were coming onto a nice straight here with a good opportunity to overtake, but I'm a little bit far back. The guy in yellow obviously knows what's coming, he puts a real surge in. He gets past 2 places. I'm thinking I can follow him through on the guy in the red, but the door's closed by the time I get to the corner. The guy in yellow actually makes 2 places by diving through. So here's my wheel to follow. I need to try and close that gap again as quickly as I can. We have another bit of a straight coming up before we get into a technical bit with some lumps, so I'm decided I've got to get past this guy very quickly before we get to those, because clearly after putting the foot down once, I know he'll slow us down. So it's a bit up and down now for a while, some small ramps, we're going to some smaller climbs. I'm thinking this guy in front looks a bit slow as well. I need to try and get past him as quickly as I can, try and hold on to my man in yellow. You'll see a nice wide climb here, there's various lines up there. This guy starts going a little bit slow, see there's a bit of a gap there, and I think I need to get past these guys, they're so slow that I just got to find a way past. So just keep riding up there, and I think just as it gets a little bit tight for him, you see he's almost stopping, and I'm just thinking now, go now or it's going to be too late. So I'll just force myself off the trail and just get a look past around the outside, made the gap quite clearly. I know there's a chance to pass now before the next climb, so I'm thinking follow the man in yellow through. I've got to get through onto the next climb. Not quite sure what happens there. They actually go down. Bit of a strange one, but it gives me an opportunity to gain the 2 places, and then I need to get back on the wheel of this guy in blue very quickly. He looks a bit timid around this corner down the hill, so I'm thinking, yeah, he'll be easy prey in the not too distant future. At this stage I'm just thinking he's a bit slow, I really need to get past him quickly before everybody's gone. I know we're in some more technical bits, so I found a bit of a gap on the right hand side and worked my way around him, and then instantly start looking at the guy in front thinking, yeah, he's my next target, work on him, catch him as quickly as possible. I recognise now that this chap is starting to slow me down quite a bit. Clearly he's struggling with pace on the twisty section, so I know there's a fairly straight section coming up that's probably wide enough, so yeah, here we go. Down on the left and just squeeze past before the next twisty sections. I should be able to pull away then through the twists and turns. So we come out onto the big long straight now, and I can see the gap in front now, so I've got a long way to go before I catch the next rider. So just time now to get the head down and just try and close that gap where I can. come back now out into the start finish area. Now I can see the other riders in front, so again I've got something to aim for now. Like I say, I'm closing those gaps, so a big push now through the straight sections and try and catch them up before the next twisty sections.